Yes, people. Welcome to LFC Red Forever channel, LRFC for the initials, which we changed the name of the channel. So obviously it's a few days late for the review show. We're going to be discussing a lot of stuff. So let's go through what we're going to be discussing. Obviously the Premier League. We know Tottenham are top of the league. Liverpool are there and thereabouts. It's not too bad, that result, actually. Thinking about it now, man, I was frustrated after that Brighton game, but thinking about it more. 3 points off the top? It's not a bad thing at all. We're going to be talking about obviously the Premier League and obviously the review show. I'm going to talk about Klopp. He's been here for how many years now? 8 years. So we're going to be talking about Klopp. And the players we're worried about. I've been saying a lot on Twitter about Diaz. I'm really worried about him since he come back from injury. You got to discuss what's going on. McAllister playing that defensive role. Is it what we need at the moment? Do we need him further up the pitch instead of that defensive role and bring in Endu? You know what I mean? There's a lot of things we've got to talk about. And I'm worried about this guy. You know what I mean? He's the captain. He's the, inspiration. He's the person that when he arrived at Liverpool changed. Has he been the same? No, not really. Even that pass he made for the first goal, we've got to discuss things like this as well. So we're going to do the tactics side as well. Yeah, so this is what I've got for you today. So let's start with I want to start with Jurgen Klopp, because the 8 years he's been here, we've got to discuss what he's won and all that stuff. So let's discuss Jurgen Klopp. So as we all are aware, it's been 8 years since Klopp's been here. As you can see in that text right there, that's the honors that he's won. Let me make it slightly bigger. I think it's a bit small. So yeah, let me make it slightly bigger. Sorry, I'm not enthusiastic as usual, jumping up and down. It's life, innit? It's life. That's how it is. Yeah, so he's won the UEFA Cup, UEFA Champions League in 2018-2019 season. That's the the biggest trophy that we won. You can't get bigger than the Champions League, can you? And after that, he won the Super Cup in Turkey, Beşiktaş Stadium. I was actually there. I watched the whole game against Chelsea. Penalty shootouts. Liverpool won. It was a good game. It was a good game. But it's just the issue I had is outside the stadium. We was getting squashed and that you couldn't get in. I mean, even that we got there a few hours early. Yeah, that's an important trophy because the Europa League winners and the Champions League winners play each other, and it determines who had a better season. Not really, but you know what I mean. FIFA World Cup. Liverpool's never won in our illustrious history. We've never won the FIFA World Club Cup. It's strange because we've won 6 Champions Leagues. We only won it once, and that's under Klopp. You got Bob Paisley and Joe Fagan, that's never won it, and Rafa Benitez. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy if you think about it. Liverpool won 6 Champions Leagues and they've only won that one. Yeah, listen, you got to make history in it. Klopp has got history now, in the football club. He hasn't only won trophies that other managers have won. He's won a trophy that's on his own now, which is the FIFA World Club Cup. Yeah, 100%. So you look at the Premier League. We've been waiting for 30 years, obviously, to win the Premier League. We have finally, and in 2019-2020 season, the season after the Champions League, we progressed. As the season was going along around February time, there was pandemic happening, but the league was won by that time because about 20 points clear. It's just you can't. It's uncatchable. You know what I'm saying? We could have done it invisible if we wanted to, but after that win with the Chelsea over Man City, the league was already won, when it was even near the end of the season. So when we won the Premier League, it was the most joyful football moment of my life, because like I was used to winning titles when I was a kid, and then like you wait 30 years through school, through college, through university, everything like that, and you still haven't won anything, and then you reach your 40s, then you actually won the Premier League. It's crazy, like like how long you have to wait. Sometimes you got to be grateful for what you get, and I'm glad we got it, because in this league, especially this format, the Premier League, it's not as competitive as the old league, because like I've always said, if you look at the old league, the competitiveness was to do with like other teams winning it, other than the same teams winning it season in season out. Only three teams that's different from the regulars now. Like if you look at the Premier League, it's Blackburn, Leicester, and Liverpool. That's the only three teams that's different from the regular winners in the Premier League, which is Man City, Man United, Arsenal, and Chelsea. Um, but that's brilliant if you think about it. And I mean, Liverpool says like we're in that now. Now we have to progress in a way to achieve this on a regular basis. It's not good for the league, obviously. The same teams winning it on a consistent basis, but if another team comes in and they are consistent enough to win it after the regulars, then that's good for the league. If you know what I mean, because that's what the league needs. You know what I mean. The old league, if you look at the old first division, the teams like Derby County, teams like Aston Villa, teams like Northern Forest, teams like Everton used to win it on other than the same team on a regular basis. If you look at the old league as well, Man United only won 7, while by the time Liverpool got to 18. So it wasn't like as easy as people think it is. That's what we miss, because it was proper football back then. The challenges were different, the players were different. It was more passionate. It was more football based. It wasn't all about the money. Like now it's all about the money, and where do you go next? You never thought like players will go to Saudi Arabia and play football there, and now they are. And it clearly shows like football's changed a lot compared to the old days. Yeah. So listen, I was crying like a baby when we won the Premier League. After 30 years, like I said, it's 30 years of hurt. Finally ended Jurgen Klopp and conquering Liverpool during the pandemic hit 2019-20 Premier League season. It wasn't the pandemic season, because the pandemic season was when Man City won it. That whole season was just throughout pandemic. Like, but Liverpool, it was the turn of the year in 2020. Like, then the pandemic started happening after February. But majority of the season, when we was like leading, there was no pandemic. If you know what I mean, the fans were in the stadium. We was enjoying football. And when people say like it's a pandemic season, it's not. It's not really pandemic. You know what I mean? It has to be full if it's pandemic, but it wasn't. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's a joyful time in it to win the Premier League finally, and do that historic thing like that we've been waiting for years and years. And then you look at the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup. He won it obviously in the same season. That's the quad season. We was chasing the quad. We wanted to win all of the trophies. It tired out the players next season. We see like it wasn't the same players that actually tried to win all those trophies. So hence why the transformation happened at Liverpool Football Club. Now we've got different players in that midfield, different players in certain areas as well, up front and all that stuff. Community Shield. Do you class that as a trophy? No. But it's a bonus trophy. You know what I mean? Like it's the Premier League winners and the Cup winners, or the second place team that finished second place. So yeah, if you look at, he's won 7 trophies at Liverpool in 8 years, more or less. It's like he's won a trophy every season at Liverpool Football Club, and that's impressive enough as it is, considering where we was. We was we was 8th before before Klopp came in, and then he just in the same season we went to the Europa League final, and then the next season we progressed when we got Mane. We obviously got to the Champions League, and then after that we progressed to go to the Champions League final. We lost, obviously. Karius had a horrendous moment, and then we came back the next season, won the Champions League, and the season after that we won the Premier League. You know what I mean? The World Cup and all that stuff. So it shows he's done a lot in his 8 years. You got to give like a person like Klopp credit, people. You know what I mean? Like for a manager that's basically works with nothing compared to the likes of Pep Guardiola's and all these people around the world. That's impressive, man. You got to give him like the ovation that he deserves. But a lot of people around the football world don't appreciate Jurgen Klopp and what he does, which is strange in my opinion. We're the only team that when other teams gave up, we're the only ones that were actually challenging the Money Kings. You know what I mean? We were showing up season in, season out, while the other ones were hiding, and it shows like this guy is probably the best manager in the world with the resources he has. Think about it, people. Like, it's limited resources. He hasn't got like 100 million to spend a season. You know what I mean? You have to sell to get players in. You have to like convince the owners to get players in. You know what I mean? It's not always, you know, here, I want that player. Here, Klopp, you could get whatever you want. It's nothing like that, man. That's what Pep Guardiola gets. That's why he's getting investigated at Barcelona. Now he's getting investigated at Man City. You could write out Bayern Munich. He's never won the Champions League there. He only done what previous managers were doing down there. Don't get me wrong, Pep Guardiola is a great manager. But if Klopp wasn't a Liverpool manager, would and Pep Guardiola took his place, would Pep Guardiola do what Klopp's done? Hell no. Hell no. Hell to the no. Yes, people, please like, share, and subscribe. I'm just trying to, like, you know, give you guys what's happening around the club at the moment. It's 8 years since Jurgen Klopp has been at Liverpool, and I'm just sharing with you like what he's done at Liverpool Football Club, which is like 7 trophies out of 8 years, like more or less 1 trophy a season. So I'm happy with my manager. I don't want another manager. You know what I mean? He's everything that we need. He's everything that represents the club. He is a mirror image of the club. You know what I mean? As well. The only thing that I have an issue with is like when we drop off too far. Like when we had the opportunity to get players in to make us that much better, we should have took the opportunity instead of like dropping off too far. You know, letting the likes of Arsenal and, you know, Newcastle and Tottenham now and all that stuff and catch us up, and that shouldn't happen. You know what I mean? When you're in a position of power, keep progressing, get better, keep going. That's what I want to see in my football club, and nothing more, nothing less. I don't ask for much. That's the only thing I'm asking for. Yeah, 8 years of club. Hopefully many more to come, and more successes to follow as well. That's what we want at Liverpool Football Club, if you know what I mean. So yeah, so let's discuss our Premier League next. That's the next thing I want to discuss, that because I want to move away from Jurgen Klopp. Let's discuss the Premier League and you know, the table, how it's going, and what's next for, you know, after international break as well. So let's do this. Let's do the Premier League, people. So as we know, the Premier League, obviously Tottenham's top of the league and Arsenal at second. Man City lost to Arsenal. So is it what's good for the Premier League? Yeah, because it shows that Man City is not as strong as we thought. You know what I mean? Man City normally they throw their weight around. They're the best team in the world. That blah 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 and all this stuff. But the league shows it's not as easy as it's going to be, because, you know, like they started the first 6 games. I think they won the first 6 games, and everybody was worried. Man City have never started like this. Man City's top of the league. They're smashing everybody, and, you know, can anyone catch them and all that stuff? But no. It looks like you know, the way that Arsenal performed the other day, it wasn't the most glamorous game in the world. It was actually boring to watch. You know what I mean? Because it was tactical battles to the pitch. It was like, can I do better than you? No, you can't. Can I do better than you? No, you can't. It was like that. It was just, yeah, it was annoying to watch. But listen, it was a deflected goal by Martinelli, and, you know, Arsenal won the game. It was an even game. A draw was a fair result for both teams, but it is what it is. As you can see, Liverpool, our game, we finished 2-2. Mo Salah scored 2, and obviously, and I can't say that. Adingara scored the first goal, which was annoying in my opinion. And like, how do we pass through the back as we did in that game, people? It was weird, man. I looked at Van Dijk passing to McAllister. Well, McAllister's got about 3 players around him. You don't do that, mate. You don't do that. Robertson is free on the left, or, you know, on the right. They could just launch it towards Salah. Do something different. You don't have to keep doing things that's the same. And I've been saying it for a while, people. If you look at my streams, I always say it. We pass to the wrong players because the players are always marked when we make that pass. And that's a dangerous pass. It could lead to goals. Look at all the goals we conceded this season. It's because we passed into the wrong players, and the players are marked. As soon as the ball is intercepted, they score the goals. Trent did it, I think, against, was it Bournemouth or something like that? So look at all the goals. Look back at all the goals. It's so similar. It's unreal, man. And we're not learning from it. Maybe Klopp is saying sort it out on the pitch. Maybe you're going to learn from it and things like that. But we haven't. We haven't, because it continues to be the same kind of outcomes, if you know what I mean. Yeah, so they finished 2-2. Fair result in my opinion. The penalty, I think it was a gross, pulled down Soboslai. he should have got sent off. A lot of people said like that's the last man. I mean, even though there's a player behind the goalkeeper, that doesn't really count. But it's what's in front of the goalkeeper that counts. So he should have been sent off. He didn't even get a yellow card. I don't even think he got a yellow card. I don't remember a yellow card, to be fair, people. So yeah, the equalizer was when they scored the second goal, it was pretty annoying because you didn't need to foul the winger. I think it was March, the one who was going through like players. Just follow him to the line, and then when he crosses it, block the damn cross. You don't need to let him cross the ball, which we did. It's just awful. Our defensive side is the most corrupt side I've ever seen. I'm going to discuss it as well. I want to talk about Virgil van Dijk. You know what I mean? A lot of questions have to be asked. I love the guy for what he's done at Liverpool Football Club, but there's a lot of issues we're having with him at the back at the moment, and we have to discuss it. It has to be said. I mean, to correct these issues that we have. This game finished 2-2. West Ham and Newcastle. As you can see, Suchek could have scored, and Isak scored. It was, I didn't watch it. I don't know much about it, but yeah, it is what it is. I mean, these two teams are similar at the moment. They're not really like running away from what they are. But yeah, listen. Newcastle are getting better, so are West Ham. You know what I mean? West Ham won the Conference League. The confidence booster that gives you is like through the roof. You're gonna think you could beat up. It could beat anyone nowadays. Beat anyone nowadays. You know what I mean? So yeah, Aston Villa and Wolverhampton finished 1-1. As we know, we already discussed. Man City and Arsenal. Arsenal is a threat this season, people. Whether we like it or not, they are a threat, and they are beating if they beat Man City now, like compared to previous seasons, they haven't beat Man City for what, 10 years, maybe something like that. Man City's always got their number. Man City always battered them home and away. I mean, now, look, listen, Man City can make those excuses. They don't have Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne ain't gonna stay for long, people. He's what, 32? He's heading towards 33. What's the next step? You know what I mean? And then you look at the Man City players. You see Bernardo Silva playing as a DM in that game. Why is he playing as a DM? He's a number 10. He shouldn't play DM. But yeah, Arsenal are a threat, man. Arsenal are a threat. I'm convinced now. Tottenham won with 10 men against Luton. Luton need to start finishing their chances off. They're just not good enough at the moment. Like, you know what I mean? You're in front of your fans. You're in front of goal. Score your goals, man. Otherwise, you lose those games. Tottenham are all right. They're all right. They're just in a honeymoon period. I don't expect them to challenge for the title. Tottenham, it is what it is. I'm just being realistic. I mean, like when a new team has been put together, a new manager, it will take you a while. It will take other teams a while to find you out. So that's what's happening to Tottenham now. That's how they are playing the way they're playing. And then you got Chelsea, won by 4 goals to 1. I think there's 2 wins in a row against Luton and Burnley. Yes, that's the bottom teams. You know what I mean? The whipping boys are beating at the moment. Let's see when you face the better teams, the mid-table teams, the teams above you, and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Then we'll see. We could judge you like how you are. Everton won by 3 goals to 0 against Bournemouth. Everton are hot and cold at the moment. They're not winning every game, and then they're winning some games. They're drawing. It's weird. It's a weird season. But that's our next opponents for Liverpool Football Club. And then you got Fulham beating Sheffield United by 1 goal. 3 goals to 1. I don't really consider Fulham that formidable like last season. I think they're just they've become like a like 11th, 12th kind of team now. They're established like that. They're not really up top 10 above that anymore, as we was thinking last season. I think there's just 11th, 12th, 13 in that position now. They're established in that kind of area. And then you got Man United, who's got 2 goals in the last after the 90 minutes. Are United capable of beating the big teams? Not really. I'm not really impressed with United. I don't think they owe that. You know what I mean? It's just, come on, man. You won the game after 90 minutes. You know what I mean? Where were you before that? Yes, you had chances, but if Brentford had Ivan Toney, would you beat Brentford? I don't think so. You know what I mean? Because Ivan Toney is their target man, their talisman. You know what I mean? So yeah, Man United, they're boring, aren't they? They're just boring to watch. And then you got Crystal Palace versus Nottingham Forest. 0-0 it finished. 2 teams which are similar. Let's be honest. They're not going to be doing anything this season in the league. But yeah, it is what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. Let's look at the table, and then we move on to the next steps because there's a lot of stuff to work at. I'm not going to do player ratings today because what's the point? I mean, there's no point in doing player ratings. You look at our players against Brighton, it's just similar to previous seasons, isn't it? It's just annoying. 2-1 up, you don't really go down from that. Stay there, you know what I mean? And try to win the game. Like Gravenberch should have scored, you know what I'm saying? Let's just read the comments before I go on. Liam says a draw was a good result. Yeah, it was. It was like considering what Brighton were doing in the game. You know what I mean? And at the latter stages, they could have won the game. You know what I mean? They could have won the game. Not happy, Katie says, with the game. Glad international break is here. Yeah, 100%. If you think about the international break, it's good for us because, you know, it refreshes the brain, you know what I mean? And especially, you know, the disappointment of that Spurs game. I think that disappointment of the Spurs game has, you know, impacted a lot of players, if you know what I mean. And you defended an unbeaten run. You probably wanted to be invisible if you were challenging for the season as well. Now the invisibility is gone. We're not going to be invisible in the season if we wanted to actually reach that. You know what I mean? Which is a strong possibility with Liverpool, because Liverpool don't lose when they're in form. They don't lose a lot of games, if you know what I mean. Like if you look at the previous season, even with the season we haven't like lost the league. So we lost the league to Man City. We only lost 1 or 2 games, so we don't lose a lot in you know, in competitive seasons, if you know what I mean, people. But yeah, 100%. Yeah, international break, it was needed just to refresh the brains of the players, you know what I mean? Because, you know, they do need that. That disappointment can impact a lot of players. I did say, how are they going to come out against Brighton? Are they going to come out with full throttle football? Are they going to, like, you know, have a go at them and try to win that game, or are they going to come out like different and, you know, be more you know, upset about how we performed, how the result went against Tottenham, and it looks like they were upset about that as well. Yeah, 100%. You're right, Katie. 100%. Abdul says 2-2 was the right result for me. Yeah, 100%. Luke says 43 pounds 64 pence. Can't afford EA Sport FC or game Xbox One. I don't play Xbox. I play, you know, I play PlayStation. I'm a PlayStation boy. I've been PlayStation all my life. Big up Fozzy from John Conway. Big up, brother. Big up to everyone. Big up to everyone that's here. Wild Dead Wolf says, big up Fozzy, guys. 100%. Big up everyone. Big up. Yeah, so now listen, we're back to normality. The afternoon shows, it's going to be in regular again. That's what I'm here for. Just to give you guys an update, like what's going on around the league. So as you can see in the league, people, like Tottenham are top by 20 points with Arsenal joint top. They're the only team that's undefeated. Manchester City already lost 2, Liverpool lost 1. You know, unfortunately, we're part of the losing group. Aston Villa are 1 point behind us. They're doing all right. Brighton, you know, we drew with them, 1 point behind us as well. West Ham, you know, it's just, it is what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. West Ham are 7th, Newcastle 8th. Like, it's just like, it's looking familiar, the league, isn't it? If you look at it, the top 11, it looks like, you know, the teams that's supposed to be there are coming up. Chelsea, like Chelsea, Man United. You know, these are the teams up there. Sheffield United are just buried to the bottom. I don't think they're going to get out there. I think they're very, very bad this season. I've got to be real. I don't think they have the right mentality, you know, to win games. They haven't prepared well. Sheffield United, Bournemouth. It's a new manager, isn't it? The ideas hasn't like been received by the players, the Bournemouth players. It looks like, and it's going to take them time in order for them to get out of that bottom half. If you know what I mean. Burnley, it's kind of weird, isn't it? They're the champions of the championship, and then you look at them, they're losing more or less every game at home as well. Like it's weird. Vincent Kompany might not even stay there along the way it's going at the moment, because, you know, they spend a lot of money, and, you know, they kept a lot of players from the old team that was in the Premier League before, that was consistent in the Premier League. Luton, that's not bad, is it? If you think about it, they're out of the obviously the bottom 3. They're in 17th position. Listen, Luton ain't the biggest team in the world, but they're trying. That's the most important thing. That's why I want them to stay up, because, you know, I'd rather have, you know, an underdog staying up there, or the team that don't deserve to be in the Premier League, which is the one above them here, Everton. They should be relegated by now. You know what I mean? They should never be in the Premier League anymore. But yep, they're still there. They still are. Then you got Brentford, you got Wolverhampton, or Forest, Fulham. Like I said about Fulham, they're that team now. You know, the teams that in the old days that stay around the 12th, 13th position. That's what they are. Yeah, get busy in the comment, people. That's what I'm here for. You know what I mean? I'm here to, you know, talk to you guys and chat about you know, the football in general. Like I talked about Jurgen Klopp. 8 years Jurgen Klopp has been here, people. What do you think? You know, is he been a success? Has he been a, you know, middle, or has he been a failure? You know what I mean? And then you got Crystal Palace that's climbed up the table with Roy Hodgson. They're right. Crystal Palace. You know what I mean? They're right. Newcastle, obviously, Champions League football is a bit too much for them at the moment. You know what I mean? Balancing Champions League and Premier League is tough. You need a big squad for that, and you've got to be consistent in order for you to be competing for the top 4 as well. So yeah, they look like they're struggling on that. But listen, they beat PSG the other day. Not bad result, innit? Not bad. 4-1. I mean, like a team that's just coming to the Champions League, that's not familiar with the Champions League, that's beating, you know, one of the big teams in Europe by 4-1. Impressive enough as it is, yeah. It's crazy. So yeah, so let's go back to the, obviously, the preview show, which is Liverpool. So the review show, which is Liverpool versus Yes, it was a like was a disappointing result. Let's be honest here. I mean, Liverpool should have done better, in my opinion. Like a game like that, that you know what's happened in the past. You know what I mean? Like with Brighton is last season we accepted those defeats, like with the badge of honor. The way Klopp was talking, like it's an acceptance to lose to Brighton as long as you play well, and that's how I took what I took out of that game, and it was really annoying. Like I think to myself, since when did Brighton become bigger than Liverpool? Like you know, I mean, Liverpool is one of the biggest institutes in world football. We should not be acceptance of Brighton finishing above us or beating us in a game. Like it was just an acceptance of the badge of honor last season. But this game we was 2-1 up. Obviously, we didn't like create a lot of chances. What upset me more than anything is the attitude of the players on the pitch. If you know what I mean. We play 4-3-3, but there's no urgency anymore. There's no players chasing players down. There's no players, closing down and winning the ball up the pitch. Like it took us to I think the goal by Salah to get the first shot on target, which is weird. I mean, Liverpool is not like that. Like, we bombard teams with goals and possession and things like that. We have our moments. We're not going to be like previous seasons, like when we're beating teams and beating teams convincingly. You know what I mean, with possession and high intensity football. It was weird. It was just level everything. Like it was like 4 shots on target. How is that possible in a whole like 90 minutes and plus with like extra time with the players we have? And then you look at Brighton when they play in Europe. Those European teams, it doesn't even matter what teams they are. They play well against Brighton because they know how to play against them. It's like we haven't studied them. That's what it looks to me when I'm looking at Brighton. So you look at the actual stats, like 14 shots apiece. I think Brighton even had a few players out. You know what I mean? I didn't see a left back that was on the pitch. I think, let me check if I'm right here. Yeah, March played as a left back. You know what I mean? And that's a midfielder. That's crazy. You know what I mean? Because he's got left foot, they play him left back. There you go. So it was a patched up team. It wasn't the regular team. And then you look at the stats, like 14 shots apiece, 4 on target by Liverpool, 3 from Brighton, possession, and 46% Brighton, 54% Liverpool, passes 418 Brighton, 494, 898 by Liverpool, pass accuracy 84% Brighton, 86% Liverpool, fouls. So look at the 20. Like I like the aggressive side of football, but look at that, people. How is that right by Liverpool? You know what I mean? How have we got 20? Are we struggling on the pitch? Is it that bad? You know what I mean? And then you got the 12 of Brighton. It's weird. 2 yellow cards as well. That's because we're struggling. You know what it is with Liverpool, guys? Yeah. When we lose the ball, the issues we have is going back. We don't go back quick enough. We struggle to run. That's why I ask myself, is McAllister the one that should be in that position? Because he hasn't got the running ability as you need in that position. And why did we buy the likes of Endo if he's not the one who's going to be playing there for the time being until we get the right replacement? It's weird. It's weird. You know what I mean? But was the result the fair result? Yes, it was. I mean, it was because we came back and made it 2-1. But Gravenberch should have scored at the same time as well. He should have scored. He shouldn't really hit it on the crossbar and goes out. He shouldn't have done that. He should have done that. You know what I mean? But yeah, there's a lot of work ahead for Liverpool Football Club, people. You know what I mean? And we have to discuss it as well, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I want to discuss certain players as we go along. Like I said, that worry me at the moment, and I did put it on Twitter. But I want to discuss obviously. McAllister, is he the right person for that position? The DM? No, he ain't. He should not be playing there. We didn't buy him to play as a DM. He's just an emergency. But why did we get Endo? Like, why did Klopp say we needed to Endo? I mean, and you don't play him. It doesn't make any sense. You need a player that plays there regularly, and it's not McAllister. McAllister is a number 10. He plays behind the strikers. He plays as a number 8. You know what I mean? So that's what you need him. You need him in those dangerous areas. So the likes of Nunes can have those through balls that he could run onto and score goals, if you know what I mean. But let me show you the tactics of what I'm trying to say. If you play Endo and you play, yeah, I've seen like other channels doing the same thing as me now with the tactics. Wow, I like it. I like it. Big channels that is as well. I like it. I like it. I'm being, you know, recognized around YouTube. Not bad at all, people. Not bad at all. So if you look at this kind of thing, this formation, let me make it slightly smaller so we could put or fit the players in there. If you have McAllister here, take off obviously Harvey Elliott, get Endo there. It's time to play him after the international break. Like, let him get used to the team in it. Let him understand like what's going on. So what I like about McAllister, if he plays in this role, like he'll be here. So the likes of Diaz and Nunes will be in the toes. So when he gets the ball, he will slot the ball. You saw that that goal he created for Nunes against West Ham. Ball over the top. Nunes, all he had to do is touch it, put it in the bottom corner. There you go. And now, if he stays around this area, this area that we want him in, around, you know, just here, where we need a creative player, he could just like, you know, pass the ball to. Hang on, people, I don't know what's going on. I need to get used to this, isn't it? Getting used to it. So he could pass, you know, the ball towards. Look at the areas he could pass the ball to and create chances for the players. All the areas is empty for him. And he's intelligent enough to play in that role. Because, you know, Messi in the World Cup said, like, if McAllister plays in that role for him, he will get, you know, a lot of chances. And he's important part of the team. And he did play in that position. You know, what happened next? You know, the history was made. Argentina won the World Cup. So that's what we need him. We need him around this area. So he could give the ball towards, you know, Nunes. And Nunes can go through and goal. The issue Nunes was facing the other day, there was no service. There was no service for him. So it was always going to happen like that. And he was struggling in the game, to be fair. And it was unfair to watch Nunes, you know, coming deep to get the ball, like around this area, the mid area. Like he was coming around here to get the ball, and it shouldn't happen, like coming all the way down here to get a ball. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. He should be around the box and, you know, the ball coming towards him in this area. That's what should be happening. But it was just unfortunate, people. Like it's just, you know, like it's continuation of the same stuff again and again, but, you know, you're not learning from it. That's what we've got to do, man. We've got to learn from, you know, the mistakes we're doing, and you know, give the players, play them in the right position instead of like playing them in these positions where they're not going to be effective. He's effective here. You know what I mean? He'll be creating chances for, you know, this guy, even, you know, from there. Like he will create chances for these guys. But we're not even giving him the opportunity to do that because we're playing him in a role he shouldn't be playing. And then you will free up the likes of Soboslai to move, you know, anywhere he wants on the pitch. While this guy, when we have to defend, this guy will step in to help out, you know, and do in defense. There you go. But we're not doing that. We're just playing, you know, playing football. We're getting the likes of Harvey Elliott in the team, which he shouldn't be in the team right now. The kid's got a lot to learn. I know, like, it's been a while now, isn't it, with Harvey Elliott? Enough now, you know what I mean? Like, I gave the kid the opportunity. I said, like, give him a chance. Now it's getting tiring, man. Like, how much more can we take Harvey Elliott playing and not doing anything? How much more can we do that, people? You know what I mean? Like, you got to wake up to this. Like, the kid is not producing the goods. You know what I mean? And he comes off the bench and plays better. Harvey Elliott. That's what I see. He's a bench player. Comes off the bench, does something, and he impacts the game. But when he starts, for some reason, all that running is not for him. Like, he's not a runner, unfortunately. And I don't think he's ever going to be a success at Liverpool either, unfortunately. I've got to be real. Wild Dead Wolf says Prem more breaks than snooker. Yeah. Trudon says Klopp has more trophy-less seasons than trophy-winning ones. Well, 8 years, 7 trophies is not bad, bro. It's not bad. Considering where we was, mate. We was like in the bottom half of the table sometimes. We was like 8th, 9th, 10th before. But, you know, he got us back up, man, and winning the titles. If someone offered you, like, before Klopp came, this manager is going to be coming to you, he's going to win this in 8 years, would you accept it, Trudon, or wouldn't you? I mean, because considering where we was buying the likes of Lamberts, you know, all these useless players that came to our club at the time as well. You know, like Balotellis, Joe Allens, Morenos. You know, all these useless players were at our club. But this guy just changed the whole identity of the club into a winning mentality. And it's not even like players that's, you know, world class. He turned ordinary players into world class. That's what he does. You look at his Dortmund record, you look at his Liverpool record, both similar. Both similar. Look at the Dortmund players. They're still playing, majority of them, at age of 35, 36. And they're still destroying it in other leagues. You know what I mean? And look at Perisic. He plays for Tottenham. That's one of his players. People don't even know that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, there's a lot of work to do in it. There's a lot of work to do. But I want McAllister, you know, moving from this position. I'm tired of watching him here now. Like come on, after international break, bring in Endo, you know, and you know, let's take the Premier League by the scruff of the neck. The most important thing in the Premier League is nobody's running away with it. We're only what? We're only 3 points behind Tottenham. They will drop eventually. But I want to see this in the next step. You know what I mean? That's what we've got to see. That's what we've got to see. I'm tired of watching, you know, McAllister there. Give this guy a run. You know, like a run in the team breeds confidence, innit? So that's what I want to see with Endo. Give him a run in the games. Let him, you know, get comfortable. Let him understand the players around him. And then we'll see where he goes from there. I know he's doing what he done with McAllister, so what he done with Fabinho, what he done with Robertson when they first came in. Take them off the limelight. Let them get used to, you know, the football club, and then you bring them in gradually. You know, sometimes, you know, play double pivot. That's what he done with Fabinho, as I remember. He played Ronaldo next to him in certain games, and then, you know, the protection was there if the ball goes behind Fabinho, and, you know, Ronaldo was there to, you know, to get the ball back. You could do something like that, you know, and free up Soboslai, give him a free roll. He could run everywhere for now. But, you know, eventually I want to see this. I want to see these three start performing. I don't know where Gravenberch is going to be playing. You know, I don't think people think we bought him for a defensive purpose. I don't think so. I think he's going to be the backup for these two here in that position. I don't think Gravenberch is ever going to play defensive midfield. I'm sorry, people. Like, I know that's what we thought, but yeah. But Endo, like what I like about him when he plays, he doesn't stray too far from the defense. You know what I mean? He does what it says in the tin. He stays there. He goes there. He goes there, and he goes there. That's what your DM want you to. This is what we want our DM to do. You know, cover the gaps. Cover the gaps. You know what I mean? When the ball is on this side, make sure there's no gaps coming through the, you know, with the through balls. The ball doesn't go through there for runners. At least, you know, if the ball goes through there and someone runs, and he'll be there to cover, you know, whoever's coming through. So this is what we need, and we're not having that at the moment. We're just letting, you know, teams dominate us and, you know, do whatever they want. And McAllister being in the back foot majority of the time, it angers me, because when McAllister plays in this position, when he gets the ball, he doesn't run towards the ball. If you know what I mean, he doesn't go towards the ball. He's always stuck in that position. If you know what I mean, it really irritates me. He should be like when Van Dijk gave him the ball the other day. He should be going towards the ball instead of like standing still. This is why the player came and got the ball off him and took a shot and scored. So if he was coming for the ball, it's either going to be a foul or is either going to be intercepting the ball. So if you're standing on your feet like this, but what I've seen of McAllister when he plays for Brighton, he's always coming towards the ball. But when they play for Liverpool, they just stand still and expect the ball to come to them. It shouldn't happen like that. Go towards the ball when the ball is passed. You know what I mean? But Van Dijk shouldn't have passed it there in the first place. This guy was free on the left. Could have launched it towards Salah, but, you know, he decided to do the dangerous thing over here. Don't understand Van Dijk's movement sometimes, you know what I mean? It's very, very strange in my opinion. But please, people, get busy in the comments. That's what I'm here for, you know what I mean? And I'm here to represent you guys. Yeah, so after international football, we've got to go like this. We have to go for the league, people. We have to, like, show, you know, other teams we're here to stay as well, you know what I mean? And don't give them the opportunity to get away from us. Hopefully, mentally, the players will come back different as well. But, you know, they're traveling from far and wide. I think our next game is an early kickoff again, which is annoying me. Why are we always early kickoff? I thought us being in the Europa League would be different. So the next game will be Everton at home, I think it was. Sorry, people, I'm freezing now. Oh, Lord of mercy. It always does that, man. Apologies, people. Hopefully we'll come back out. Trying to fix it. Yeah, it's Everton at home. Apologies, people. I don't know what's going on here, man. This screen's just freezing. Oh, don't ever buy a Mac, man. I know I keep going on to it. Don't ever buy a Mac, man. Mac is just an unreliable actual computer, man. Yeah. You know what? Let me get rid of this. Oh, man, please, just stop. Unbelievable. Okay, something went wrong. Like, leave me alone. Go away. Yeah, so the next game is Everton at home. I want to see, like, what's the time on that game. Yeah, but people, please get busy in the comments. That's what I'm here for, like I always say. I'm here to represent you guys. I'm only going to be here for an hour, usually. Yeah, the computer's just gone now, man. It's gone now. Oh, bloody hell. Apologies, people, honestly. What's on for it to be like this today? It's nothing, not much on. Yeah, I'm back. I'm back. Yeah, apologies, people. You know, when you put too many tabs open, it's, you know, it destroys the computer for some reason. Like, it slows it down, and this is what's happening to me at the moment. But yeah, we've got Everton next. I heard it's like a 12 o'clock kickoff, something like that, like 12:30. Hopefully, I could bring it up. Yeah, is the internet playing up out or what? Okay, I'll leave it alone. It's not letting me. Yeah, so the thing I want to talk about next as well, people, is some of the players. Oh man. Yeah, computer's gone, people. It's just letting me slow down for some reason or another. Nearly spilled all my coffee and my tea on me. Okay. Yeah, I'm back now, it looks like. Hopefully it'll be alright now. Hopefully it had its fun, these computers. But yeah, it is what it is. Okay. Let me look for this. Liverpool. Apologies, people. But yeah, get busy in the comment. That's what I'm here for you, man. Okay. So the next games is Everton 12:30 on the 21st of October. Can you believe that, people? Like, early kickoffs again. Early kickoffs again. Oh, it's really, really annoying. Really annoying, man. Like, why do we deserve this? We know we can't cope with 12:30 kickoffs, but yet we keep getting it. We keep getting it because, you know, they are screwing Liverpool over like they always do. They like to do that. They like to screw over the team that's gonna win the league one day. You know what I'm saying, people? You know what I'm saying? So, if you look at our games, it's winnable games. We've got Everton at home first. They're not the most impressive team, let's be honest, there at the moment. Um, the Merseyside Derby, that's the next game. It's 12:30 kickoff. Forget about the Europa League, and then we've got Nottingham Forest at home. So we played 2 games away. We're going to play 2 home games after that now. It's our turn to play the home games. Then we got Luton away. Look at the games, people. Look at the games. It's just these games here. See, on the list there? That's winnable games, surely to God. And then you got what, Brentford. Come on, guys, boys and girls, come on. And then we've got the biggest game of the season, away. That's the most important thing. Is away from Anfield at the empty head. Once we go down there, get a result at the empty head, make the game tight. Make sure you don't lose the battles. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. So these are the look at the games, people. There's 4 games here, winnable games. Surely to God, winnable games. And then you got Man City right after that. And then you got Fulham right after that. Then you got Sheffield United. Look at that. You can't complain about that. That's the best outcome from, you know, teams to face in the fixtures. Right now we've got the easiest run. Easiest run. Can't go wrong with that. Can't go wrong with that, people. Yeah, so yeah, I'm happy with that. For once, I am happy. I'm not disappointed. Yeah, so yeah. We got to sort that out. We got to sort that out. That's the easiest run the next 6 games, apart from Man City, of course. But Man City are out of form, so that's a bonus for us. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. That's the bonus for us. So yeah. So McAllister, yeah, he needs to go back to his normal position, people. I'm tired of watching him, you know, playing that position. It just doesn't look good. If the team around him was playing in the same, you know, like level as they usually do, maybe he'll be better because the defense so far ain't performing as they should. You know what I mean? And that's what I want to talk about next as well. I want to talk about Diaz. What does Luis Diaz do for Liverpool FC? That's what I asked on Twitter, and a lot of people like responded to me. And you know, some people had to go at me. Some people ask questions. Some people say, "Why you being negative?" But it's good. It's all good. It's all healthy banter. That's what I want to know in the comments. What does Luis Diaz do apart from scoring goals now and again, people? Like, does he actually impact the team? Does he defend for the team? I've heard he made a lot of interceptions in the Brighton game, but I didn't see anything that was outstanding. I didn't see something that catches my eye. I mean, like we've dropped, like Mane was up here, Diaz is gone here, so we've dropped that much from Mane. I mean, and it's worrying. It's alarming, man. It's really, really alarming when you see that as well. Like you get rid of Mane, obviously it was time, and then you bring in a player that's supposed to be similar to him, but if you look at him, they're not similar players. He doesn't create chances. He doesn't really contribute much on the passing stuff because he loses the ball majority of the time. He doesn't dribble past players anymore. He scores goals now and again. Give him that. But where's the crosses in the box for the striker? Where's things like that as well? Salah at least crosses with his outside the foot, inside the foot, whatever it is. But what does Diaz do? That's what I want to know. Like, why is he in the team? Do you get what I'm saying, people? Like, what does he do? It's like he's a pedestrian on the pitch. Yes, before the injury, he was phenomenal against Arsenal last season at the Emirates. But what does he exactly do? That's what I want to know about Diaz. You got to ask yourself that question. We go from Mane to Diaz. I mean, like, at least Mane impacted the team. Even if Mane was playing bad, he defended. If he wasn't like defending, he contributed on the goals. If he wasn't contributing, he scored on the goals. You know what I mean? Like, he did something in the games that, you recognize, even when he's having a bad game. But what does Diaz do? That's the question I'm asking myself. Is there enough competition for him in that position? Or is he too comfortable in that position now? Because there's no competition for him? What? Yeah, it's a strange one with Diaz. It's a strange one. I just don't get it. I don't get why he's in the team. He doesn't show me anything that shows that he should be in the starting lineup on a regular basis, like a consistent winger, like Mane was, like Salah was. You know what Salah's missing? Salah's missing that competition from the left-hand side. He's really missing that. Do you remember the competition Salah and Mane used to have? You score, I'll score. You create, I create. You defend, I defend. But what does Diaz offer? There's nothing. There's no chemistry with Robertson. There's no chemistry with Diaz and Salah. There's nothing. There's no competition. So he needs to start performing, man, because, a lot of questions have to be asked now. Has he been here long enough now, Diaz? There's no more excuses. You know what I mean? The injury's gone now. Like, what's next for you, brother? We need to see more. You need to impact the team. You need to build a relationship with Robertson. You need to build a relationship with Nunes at front. Because there's no chemistry with Nunes either. You speak Spanish, speak the same language, but where's the chemistry? McAllister, same language, where's the chemistry? You get what I'm saying, people? Like, there's no chemistry with this guy, with anyone. He needs to start, like, doing something, man. Where's the pace gone? Like, he had a blistering pace not so long ago. Where's it gone? Was the injury just caused that? So are we worried about it now? Do we need to, like, replace him? Like, what is going on with this guy? Like, we need, like, if Salah doesn't perform, we need another one to step up like Mane used to do. I mean, that's what we need. But unfortunately, if Salah doesn't perform, Diaz doesn't contribute anything anyway. So he's just a potential in the team. He's just a number in the team so far. Yes, he gets goals now and again. That's about it. But where's his impact in the team? At least Mane did something. This guy doesn't do anything. Even when he's defending, he's lacking behind players. I see him struggling to get back. Like, I want to see more from Diaz, man. Like, enough now. Like, we gave him enough time, like, to recover, enough time to settle in. It's time to perform, man. I want more. Just more than just goals. I want you to be one of the main players. I want you to look across the pitch and look at Salah and say, you know what, I'm here to do better than you. But you're not even doing that. You're not even glimpses of, there's no glimpses of that either. Yeah, Diaz needs to shape up, people. I'm sorry, like, I don't moan about players, but what does he do? That's the question. What does Diaz do in the team other than getting goals sometimes? Explain that to me in the comments. Yeah, this is what worries me, man, like, about this guy as well. Like, Van Dijk, we got that conversation's got to happen, people. Van Dijk conversations got to start happening, man. I don't think this legend is impactful anymore. If you know what I mean, he's the captain now. You expect him to be an impact in that team. When he came to the team from Southampton, came in and slotted in the back line, made sure that back line is always tight. Nobody gets past them. make sure you keep clean sheet. I remember he used to say, I love clean sheets. You know the way he says, I love clean sheets. Where is that gone? We only kept one clean sheet this season. One. And he wasn't even in the team. It was Matip and Gomez. That was a clean sheet. He wasn't in the team. Matip and Gomez kept a clean sheet. So whenever he's back in the team, we don't keep clean sheets anymore. Why? Do players still rely on Van Dijk like what he used to do in the past? Is this the issue we're having here that he can't do? Why is Gomez and Matip the reserves? Because you expect Konate and Van Dijk to be the first teamers doing better than the first teamers. Because Konate ain't doing jack shit either. Konate, I'm sorry people, but I'm worried. I was on Jamie Phillips' channel before and we talked about it with him and Ensman, and I said he's not good enough to be the replacement for Van Dijk. The proof is in the pudding. He's not bright, Konate. He's not very intelligent to be a replacement for Van Dijk. Yes, it could change in the future, but I'm looking at it from the long term. Konate, people, he's dumb. He's just dumb. You saw when he came on the other day, he gave a free kick away. I don't care if he didn't touch the guy. He's just dumb. There's nothing upstairs, man. I'm telling you. Look at the challenges he makes in the box. If players are smart, they'll put their leg there first, like in front of the ball, and get a penalty. He makes so many dangerous challenges in the box that should result into goals. That's how bad Konate is. And it worries me, mate. We need a replacement for Van Dijk, man. We need to start looking far and wide. Yes, Kwanzaa is good, but is he the one who's going to replace him? I don't know. I want to give the kid an opportunity. I want to give him a chance. Yes. But give the kids a chance when the team is doing well and winning. Then they could come into the winning team and take over eventually. Not when the team is struggling and, you know, they're bad. We've conceded a goal more or less in every game bar one. And Van Dijk wasn't even in the team. You get what I'm saying? It's a worrying sight, man. Van Dijk is starting to worry me, people. And I hope you guys, you know, put in the comment section, because am I the only one that's seeing what I'm seeing? He gets in the team, the defense gets even worse. He should be the shining light in the defense. He should be the leader in the team. I think the captaincy is a bit too stretched too far for him. You know, in Holland, he's getting attacked by, you know, ex-players left, right, and centre, asking what does he do for Holland. Now, maybe he should retire from international football, just concentrate on football now. You know what I mean? Maybe that's what he's got to do. That knee injury probably impacted his performance. He's not even telling people maybe it's more damage than we first thought in that knee injury, because he's not doing a lot. That pass to McAllister the other day showed me, like, is this guy thinking straight anymore? Like, what's wrong with that defender? He used to be the most intelligent defender in the Premier League. Like, now he's just doing some dangerous passes to players, so it results to goals. He should have passed to McAllister. McAllister was marked and he still passed to him. Robertson was free on the left, should have passed to him, but he didn't. He keeps choosing these passes. I think even some games before that, like, he was doing the passes to the players that led to a goal. Yeah, I'm worried about Van Dijk, people. I'm really, really worried, man. People need to wake up to that, man. People need to wake up to that. It's a worrying sight to see our inspiration, our captain, the best centre-back probably in the Premier League history, playing the way he's playing at the moment. Maybe you need someone alongside him that's, you know, a leader like him. Not like the likes of Konate and like people like that. I mean, like, what I worry about Van Dijk is, and when he's playing with other players, they expect the old Van Dijk to come out. You know, like when the ball goes behind, he'll be doing his power and pace to chase it down and, you know, winning the battles. But he can't do that anymore. He can't do that anymore, people. Like, you need to wake up to reality. These knee injuries are very, 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 you know, impactful in your career. Like, it really, really damages your career. You have to change your game in order for you to even come like close to what you was before. And I think this is what he needs to do. Just look after Van Dijk. Don't look after the rest of the centre backs. Just look out for Van Dijk. That's what he needs to do, in my opinion. Yeah, so that's what I want to say about Van Dijk. I know a lot of people ain't talking about it. It's a worrying sign, man. It's a worrying sign when you see that, man. Let me go off the comments, man. Wild Dead Wolf says Klopp spending 360 million 8 years is impressive. That's a net spend, yeah. No, yeah, it is. Look, well, Arsenal spent 200 million every season. There you go. But look how many years it's been. 8 years. Not bad, is it? Klopp win percent over 60% is good. Yeah, 100%, man. if he had the right players and the right team around him, and they recruit is right, you know, like season in season out, maybe that 60% will go higher than that. You know what I mean? That's what I think. It's just unfortunate, you know, the ownership we got at Wild Dead Wolf is not good enough for managers like Klopp. And I mean, if the ownership and the manager connected in a way of, you know, like we can get players that we want on a regular basis, maybe he would have, you know, had a better record, if you know what I mean. But unfortunately, we've got tight managers. Sorry, owners. We've got tight owners, bro. Maka is bad in DM. Yeah, bro. Like I said, if the defense ain't doing the job they usually do, like in the past when Fabinho's and, you know, and sorry, when the Matip and Van Dijk was at their prime, it's going to be a struggle for the person in front of them. You know what I mean? It clearly proves, isn't it? If you think about it, last season, we was blaming the DMs and all that stuff in front of the defense while we're not getting the results that we deserve. But now you look at it, even with a DM there that's capable, or, you know, ball intelligence, we're still conceding the same type of goals in every game we play. Wild Dead Wolf, you know what I mean? So yeah, I think the defense needs sorting out, man. What Fozzy, what's thoughts on Gomez? I think he's been phenomenal this season. I honestly think he's been fantastic. I'm not here to trash Gomez. I thought, like, this season, the way he came in, and he played centre back as well. He played with Matip. He's the only one that could keep a clean sheet. I think his winning percentage in the team this season is above everybody else. Majority of the game he started, I think we won. So Gomez has been phenomenal. Yes, he plays as a right back majority of the games, but it's not a bad cover for Trent, is it? It's not a bad cover at all. If you want to keep a game tight and you don't want to concede a goal, you bring in the likes of Gomez, you could push even Trent into midfield, if you know what I mean. So we could do something like that. Or if we need a centre back that's more than capable to play next to Van Dijk, next to Matip, next to Konate, you got Gomez there doing what he normally does. I think Gomez is back. I think he's back to close to his best that we used to before, like that injury. That injury, like I said, knee injuries, people, it costs careers. Think about it. It costs careers, man. And these people are coming back from serious knee injuries, you know what I'm saying? And impactful ones as well. And Gigi says, hopefully we'll get Andre in January. The guy is phenomenal. Oh, I'm telling you, mate. For what Uncle Ross told me about him, I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. 100%, million% over. Gigi. Yeah. So let's go to the next one. Hopefully we're near the end now, man. Yeah. So I've done the watch along. Do me a favor, guys. Yeah. Just go back to the watch along. Check it out, man. I do graphics, innit? I do graphics. I do a lot of stuff. I even saw Kopish doing something I do with a tactical board the other day. I mean, I've been watched, people. I've been watched. No joke. Yeah. So yeah, just check out my watch alongs. I want to get the viewings up. I want to get that on power with other, you know, watch alongs and all that stuff. Yeah, just check it out. Just view it and put the views up and all that stuff. And please like all the videos I put up as well, because it trends around YouTube. And, you know, when people see it, they'll look at it and, you know, give it a like as well. So that's what I'm looking forward to. Yeah. So yeah, check out the watch along. It was pretty good. It was pretty good, man. It was pretty good. So that's what we covered. We covered more or less everything. We covered obviously that was, I don't know why I put that up. Apologies for that one. It's supposed to be the review, but I put a preview. No, that should, yeah. But forget that one. So we've done a review of the game. We've done Klopp's 8 years. We've done obviously the Premier League. We checked out the Premier League as well. We talked about McAllister. How long can McAllister play as a DM? We talked about Diaz. You know, his bad performances. What does he do other than scoring goals from time to time? I want to know. Please explain that to me. Van Dijk, I'm worried about him at the moment. Like, he's not being impactful like he was in the past. Every time he plays now, we can see the goal, unfortunately. And yeah, just check out the watch along. But go back to this video. Hopefully, you know, share it with family and friends. You know, let them check out the review of the game. I'm sorry, I don't know why this says preview. I did correct it, so I don't know what it says, but at least I've got this instead of that. This is the new what you see on the screen, people. Is the new stuff I'm going to be like putting up. I've got a home and away one. I've got obviously the purple one, and I've got the green and white one. So this is the new thumbnails I'm going to be going forward with on a regular basis now with the team. I think this is impressive enough as it is. So yeah, just we'll look out for things like this. This is the new LFC from the international. After the international break, we're gonna have a lot of people doing their own stuff on the channel as well. So please help them out with the comments and all that good stuff. Let me just do this before I go as well. Gigi says hopefully we'll get Andre. Yeah, sorry about that. Sorry about already that. Wild Dead Wolf says thoughts on Simon and Pedro from Brighton. Pedro's good. I like Pedro. You know what I mean? I don't know much about Simon. I don't know about him. But Pedro, I remember him last season scoring important goals for Brighton. The future looks bright for him, but he's just got to like stay there for a couple of more seasons to develop as a player. And then if he's doing a similar thing that he was doing last season, then we could like look at him and say, you know what, maybe we got to sign him one day. There, that's how I see it. Abdul's in the house. Good afternoon, Fawzi. Assalamu alaikum. How are you? And also, how is your family, friends, relatives, and loved ones? All good, brother. All good. Thank you very much. I hope the same for you as well. I hope everybody's okay. You never walk alone. To all the Liverpool fans around the world, many thanks. Many thanks. Yeah, we've got to stick together for times like these, people. You know what's happening in Israel and Palestine. It's not good, man. You know, humanity should be sticking together, and you know, God put us in this world for a reason, and that's, you know, to get our differences you know, together and become as one. But what we're doing to each other in the world, like, it's just not right. It's not just in Israel, it's just around the world as a whole. Humanity is just killing the planet, man. We're killing the planet, and we're not looking at it from a human point of view. Kids should not be dying. Those kids that's dying at the moment around the world could be the impact in the future that could make this world a better place. And look what we're doing to each other, man. It's crazy stuff, crazy stuff. Bring Diaz into midfield with Thiago, Trent, Soboslai up front. Will be Jota, Nunes, and Salah. Yeah, that looks good. I agree with that, GG. Why not, man? Liverpool should have won Spurs and Brighton and should have been top of the Premier League. Liverpool next game, Everton, Toulouse, Forest, Bournemouth, Luton, Toulouse, Brentford, and Man City, and Lusk. Yeah, listen, I've already talked about it, Abdul, in the stream. I showed us the fixtures before the freezing started happening. We've got a chance to be like clear at the top. We should be 4 points clear now, like, you know, for Man City. If we got the result against Spurs and obviously the result against Brighton. But it didn't happen. You know why it didn't happen? I don't need to tell you. Yeah. Sorry, people. All the water came out of them. Yeah, you know what happened in that game? The Tottenham game. What do I have to say about it? I can't keep talking about it. You know, normally, like, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be, in it. But if it's cheated and it happens, it's just wrong. It's just wrong, man. Yeah, Abdul says, I'm worried for some Liverpool players. Liverpool had needed the DM left side centre back in January 2024. We need to strengthen depth. We need to strengthen depth in this team, brother. VVD, Nunes, Diaz need to improve a lot. Maka need to play as a number 8. Liverpool conceding a lot of goals. Yeah, Van Dijk is becoming a problem, bro. Van Dijk is becoming a problem. You guys need to, like, what I do is I look at games and I don't go in a point of view, I love a player. That's the wrong thing Liverpool fans do nowadays. They go into things because they love the player. Liverpool is the number one we need to think about. If you want to win titles, you win as a team, as a whole. So look at it from that point of view. Forget about players individually. Look at it from that point of view. Who's doing wrong? Who's doing right? Then pick it out. That's how I look at it. I don't support a player, I support Liverpool Football Club. So look at it from that point of view. Gigi says the whole issue of our performance is the setup of the game plan. We need more. We need the heavy metal football back that we were used to play. Sack the current coaching staff. Their game plan is pathetic. 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 I want to say. You're 100% right, Gigi. You know, like, if you think about it, if you look at old coaches, you know, when they stay longevity in a job, the issues they I said pathetic, you know, man. Pathetic, yeah. The issue they have, they resolve to continue the success. The managers like Alex Ferguson, you know, the big managers, they rotate. You know what I mean? They don't keep the same coaching staff. They get rid of some, they get new ones. They get rid of some, they get new ones. Like, they give it like 4 years, the maximum of that coach. Get the ideas as much as you can from that coach, and then change it with new ideas. You know what I mean? Because you got to change. If you don't change and you're stuck with the same kind of ideas season in, season out, then you see the proof is in the pudding. You know, what you see is what you get. We need to, like, look into things like that. Managers have to refresh the coaches. They have to, in order for them to maintain that success, and that's what we haven't got at the moment. We've got the same guy, man, Pep Linders, and how much more can we take of this? Abdul says Liverpool need to be clinical in front of goals and score goals by Diaz and Nunes. Diaz does get the goals, Nunes do get the goals, but if you look at the Brighton game, the issue we had in the Brighton game, there wasn't enough creativity. You know what I mean? Like Salah can't be the only creator in the team, and Trent can't be the only creator in the team. This is why you got Soboslai. This is why you got McAllister. This is why you got Diaz in the pitch as well. I mean, these people have to like do something, and Elliot as well. I mean, come on, creativity has to come from all the team, not just one person. Great show, bro. Always try come on. Being busy. In garden doing some wood bits. Glad to join the show. Yeah, big up, Wild Dead Wolf. I try bring you guys different things. It can't be the same thing every time, innit? It'd be boring if you keep doing the same nonsense, innit? So I try look around YouTube, around Twitter and all that stuff, and bring you new stuff instead of like doing the same thing every single time. So yeah, listen, I've got all this stuff in my disposal. I want to share it with you guys. I'm going to improve on the freezing stuff because it's really getting to my nerves. Hopefully, I could sort that out. As you can see, I saw Coppish yesterday. They're doing the tactical board like me now. That's crazy. It's crazy, but I like it. I like it. You know, like if I could give information out, things like that, it's enjoyable to see other people use the same stuff as well. I'm not saying I'm the best at anything, but I come with fresh ideas all the time. That's what I do in obviously YouTube and all that stuff. But yeah, I like it. I like it. Really, really like it. Yeah, that's all I got for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the show today. I've got more to come, obviously, in the next few days. Hopefully, you guys are going to be tuning in. That's what I'm here for, to give you guys the best shows possible. So please do me a favor, like the channel, subscribe if you're new, hit that notification bell, which will alert you every single time I come on, and let's make the channel bigger, man. It's on the road to 2,000, isn't it? That's what we're going to. So let's get to 2,000 as soon as possible. Thank you for tuning in, people, and I'll see you soon. Take care, everybody. The channel bigger, man. It's on the road to 2,000, isn't it? That's what we're going to.